Good morning and happy Friday, guys. It is Friday, March 20th. This is Josh from Two Brain Coaching bringing you today's whiteboard brief. So I'm super excited to talk to you on Friday morning because it gives me an opportunity to do something a little bit differently. If you've followed along the rest of this week, Monday through Thursday, you have seen a variety of different workouts. And to be perfectly transparent, these have just been picked at random from different gyms that have submitted to me that they wanted their programming put up on the whiteboard just to see how I would talk through things if I was trying to personalize these workouts for each specific client at your gym based around a couple of different client goals or what we might refer to as client avatars. So if you remember back on Monday, day one of this starting of the daily whiteboard brief that we decided to do for you guys, we had a 9-minute EMOM of double unders or mountain climbers, and then we had some, if I remember correctly, backpack front rack lunges, and then the last one was using the backpack, we were gonna do jump squats, and then after that was like 3 minutes max burpees that you could do at the end of that thing. Day number 2 was that long chipper. It went like 10 dumbbell snatch, 20 box jump over, 30 wall ball, and then the reps went up every time and you finished with 30, 40, 50 respectively. Day number 3 was the one that combined like the classic CrossFit benchmark Cindy, so 5 pull-up, 10 push-up, 15 air squat, and then every few rounds we threw in 3 heavy deadlifts. And then yesterday was the challenge to run a 5K. So definitely a lot of variety there. The reason that I wanted to recap this is because this provides a great talking point to your clients if you're talking to them at the end of the week to finish out a great training week. It's always helpful to go back and recap, hey, this is what we did this day, and this is why you're really making great strides towards your goals, so you can really pour it on and create that buy-in that, again, what you're doing as a coach is getting them from where they are today to where they ultimately want to be when that goal is achieved. And it also segues beautifully into talking about the workout that we've got today. So the other thing that I wanted to do just a little bit differently for you guys to give you some more, let's say, tools in your tool belt as a coach is to lay out the overall goals of this workout for everybody. So we've got, this one was taken from our friends at Railroad CrossFit. Shout out to those guys there. Thank you for the inspiration for this workout. It's a 5-rounder, 5 power cleans, 10 front squats, a 200-meter run, and then the little bit of a twist is that after every round, you're gonna rest for 90 seconds. So some of the stipulations that they put on this workout were that they want the power cleans into the front squats to be unbroken. So no matter what, that is one of the goals of the workout. And then we do want our clients to push hard on each interval. So knowing what those constraints are of the workout and the design stimulus behind it, how are we going to basically sell it, explain the why this benefits my client? So we're gonna start off with that client that is looking at weight loss. So the first thing that I would do is get on the phone with them. If you're not comfortable doing this on the phone, you can shoot a video message, go selfie style. If you want to do a Zoom call, FaceTime, it doesn't matter. The more that you can have face-to-face or even just voice interaction, the better this is going to be for long-term client engagement. But anyways, enough of that. So what we're gonna do is get them on the phone and just check in. How are you doing? Tell me how you're feeling, recap the workouts that they already did this week. And then we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna brief them on it. We're gonna talk to them about the stipulations. And then based around what they have for equipment, what you're gonna say is, okay, so this is an interval style workout. And the way that I want you to approach this is we want it to be kind of like I work for X amount of time and I rest for X amount of time. So if I know that I've got 90 seconds of rest, I want this to take you about 90 seconds to complete this work. So for a lot of folks, the limiter here is going to be the run. How long is that run going to take? Now, if the run is going to take them a minute 15, a minute 20, you're probably asking for too much out of this. So the first adjustment that I might make is in my run. So maybe I go from 200 down to 100, whatever it is. but you want them to know, I want the power clean and the front squat unbroken. And here's why I chose this particular workout for you. Okay, as you know, we've talked about this earlier in the week, that it is important for you to have a base of lean muscle mass on your frame so that when you're not working out, you're continuing to burn those calories and burn that fat. And that's exactly what this workout is designed to do. So I don't want it to be super heavy. I want it to feel like a moderate load. And by the time you get to that, 8th, 9th, and 10th front squat, you're really having to put forth some effort. But remember, you're doing this for 5 rounds, so it's 50 total reps. So think about that 4th and 5th round. What are you going to be able to do in those last few front squats to keep you moving? We don't want it to be so light that they don't have to think about it, because then they miss out on the why, right? We've got a couple of loaded movements here. And then we're going to talk to them about that run. I really want you to push that run so that you come back and you cannot wait to lay down on your back and get some good rest in. So the way that this thing should feel is the heart rate gets sky high and then it returns back and it gets sky high again. So these high intensity efforts are really, really great for burning fat long after the workout has finished. You did that 5K yesterday, and that was great, about 27.5 minutes of you burning fat in that time. But because the heart rate is relatively low and controlled, once it returns back to normal really quickly, that kind of calorie burn, fat burn is gone. Here, it's going to burn really hot for the time that you're doing these intervals, but also it's going to continue for about 48 hours after. That's how I'm going to explain the why for that client. For the one that is just staying moving during this crazy kind of unknown time that we're all in, again, I'm going to walk them through that. And what I want them to do is just focus on those 5 power cleans, all right? I want you to move really well, good position and posture through these power cleans, get the bar into a good front rack position, move smooth through that, and then just stay moving on the run. I don't want you to slow to a walk. If you do that, man, that is gold for you in this workout to finish off a really good week. And then finally, the performance client. So this is somebody who's really going to push the envelope here. What you're going to have to be careful of with this client is typically they want to load the barbell a little bit too heavy. So you're really going to have to explain, reps, 45 through 50 on the front squat. How heavy can you reliably get that thing, okay? And then because they're getting 90 seconds of 90 seconds of rest, I really want you to challenge them to finish this thing each interval as strongly as they can. They can make up some good time in that run, but if they push the barbell too heavy, they're going to end up dropping it, or they're just not going to be as aggressive on the run. So the challenge to them would be, I want you to push the first one really, really hard, but like 90%. Don't go all out, all right? I don't want you sprinting across the line, absolute Usain Bolt speed. I want you to have some reserve in the tank and figure out what that time is. On round number 2, I want you to try to beat that time by 2 seconds. Same on round number 3 and round number 4. And then the last one, we want you to just go all out, sprint that last 200 as hard as you possibly can. And that's how I would frame this finishing workout to this great week of Whiteboard Briefs with these 3 clients. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and post them into the comments. I'm happy to answer. And if you want me to feature your programming on one of our upcoming Whiteboard Briefs, let me know. Send me an email, tag us on Instagram, josh@twobraincoaching.com, and we'll be back tomorrow.